Good evening, Horizon Worlds. You're here tonight with Meta News. We're Horizon World's premier news source, and I'm here tonight with Ebony, Epiphany, and I'm here with Randy. And tonight they're gonna tell us about their brand, the MetaBoo brand. And typically, what we do with this segment is called the Blanco Business Buzz, and we're gonna actually interview our guests, and we're going to host our guests and interview them on the different things that they've experienced, things they want to share, any type of advice they like to get to people coming behind them. And tonight we're going to have three buzz questions that we're going to interview them on and let them tell you about their experiences here. So first of all, I'd like to thank you two for showing up. Thank you for appearing on the show tonight. And the first question will be, what opportunity are you seeking to take advantage of in Horizon World, and why?
Well, the biggest opportunity that I want is to be able to broaden my business into this platform, to be able to make it so that we are not just only in real life with our with a business, but to also have a solid business in the metaverse. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to get it to the point where love is everywhere. That's our main thing. We make worlds that have metaboos in mind, but we make worlds for everybody. So we want to be able to make it so that everybody it just is overdone with lots and lots of love when it comes down to any type of world that we make. Even with a game like the one we just did, like we let out a game last night. Everybody was in there having fun. There was no problems, no nothing, and it was just love.
Okay, could you tell me something about you personally that will help the audience understand why you chose Metaboo as your brand to actually present a platform for people to come in and learn, get to know each other, and be loving towards each other?
Well, when I first got on, I had I had a multiple of metaboos at one time, and no, one of them was not Randy. He's been my my solid metaboo since August, but I had a couple of metaboos, and we didn't have anywhere to go. It was always a club. It was always maybe a game to do, but nobody really had anywhere to go and to get quiet and get to know each other. And I just wanted to create a space for them to be able to go and do something to the point where they don't have to interact with such a huge crowd.
Okay, so in order to okay, so that sounds like a good concept, something that you could see that people could use, they would need. But okay, I want my audience to truly understand, right, how they could come in here and they can come in here with a concept and an idea. So my first thing to you is, okay, then what kind of artistic or business background did you have prior to coming in here?
I was a master cosmetologist. I had my own business, LLC. I was a mobile service. I got to the point where I was hurt, and I like having my own business. I like being able to do my own thing. So coming in here was the reason why I came in here. Once I started seeing everything going around, I was like, this is an actual good platform to start a business, to be able to make sure that the business goes further. And it's also an add-on to other businesses that you have in the real life.
Okay. So you had your businesses, so you're pretty much familiar with business in general. So that made your transition somewhat easier.
Correct.
So let's go from this standpoint then. Let's go from this standpoint. So okay, you're familiar with business, you had a skill set, and but you chose something dealing with but some people put it in the field of psychology or like relationship building. But let's say for like, okay, what in coming from real life to the digital world, right? With all the different constraints we may have, like capacity, that's dealing with the bill, but personalities and people coming to each other behind avatars, not showing their full self. So, what has been your biggest challenge in pursuing your goals in Horizon World, and why?
I'm gonna let Randy answer that one.
Okay.
Well, I think the biggest challenge we have is when we're trying to learn something or do something to expand our knowledge and our skill set. We have a difficult time doing it because not everybody is as open as helping each other out as we are, and that always feels difficult when you're trying to do something um, above what you're shown to be used to doing. So
Yes.
that's the biggest obstacle we have right now. Because if we like to, I would like to say we knew a little bit of this, a little bit of that, it would take us way beyond where we are right now. But in the process of us proceeding with going on and moving on and progressing, we do try to learn something new um every time we fail or every time we succeed. We try to learn something new.
Okay, well, I've been seeing a lot of your worlds, how successful your worlds are, and how detailed they are, and how interactive they are. Because there's a lot. Some worlds there's a lot of stages to those worlds. So you did get past those challenges, and because you're actually moving. I mean, right now you guys are doing what 14 worlds in 2 weeks. Is that what
It
the project you're on now?
Yeah, 14
right,
was 14
14 was
days.
14 days. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Well,
that means you overcame some challenges. So how did you overcome those challenges to be consistent and productive as you are now?
well, we went around some of the things that we wanted to do, we didn't do. So, I mean, because it's some extravagant things that we really want to do. It's just that we don't have the. I'm not gonna say we don't have the skills because it's out there. We just don't know where to look. So, when it came to that point, we went around it and scripted to the point where it we like Randy made some simple scripts, I made some simple scripts, and then when it came to the point where we couldn't build something, either I couldn't build it, Randy built it, and if Randy couldn't build it, I built it. So it was just we go around, we see an obstacle, instead of going through we went around because we didn't have no way through, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
No, it does. It just means you guys keep finding avenues. And even though you may not have like some people have, made so many different connections that they always have the assistance that they need. So you guys are actually learning everything as you go and just proceeding with the I guess with the capacity that you have at this point. So based on that, are there any builders, scripters, or artists that you would like to work with in here? In particular, is there anyone because they're going to be watching these shows as we put them out? Is there anyone you want to work with? You like to work with?
Well, I ain't even gonna lie. I just want to sit in on Golden Hands one good time. Just what I just want to sit in and watch one good time. Just I don't need to do nothing. Just let me watch. I just want to view what you're doing. That's it. I just want to learn. That's all I want to do. The majority of the people that I want to collab with are I've already done spoken to, and it's coming in the future.
Okay. Okay.
How about you?
All right.
Particularly, no one comes to mind. I mean, I will ask someone, but it's a little tricky with that because everybody can't work with everybody. Some people are a little bit more dominant with what they want to happen, even though it's a team effort. So
Yes.
I'm kind
Yes.
of careful with who I want to ask to collaborate with. It's got to be someone that's like really willing to be loose with the ideas of doing things, and I just haven't really
Hmm.
looked at it as somebody that I particularly wanted to work with.
Okay, so at this point, so we've gotten through. This is the last part of the third question, even though they have certain tiers to them. The last part to the third question is, now that you've had your experiences, now that you are productive and you are progressively moving forward, what would you suggest to anyone that's new coming into Horizon Worlds in regards to establishing a business model and establishing their own brand?
I would tell them to do their research, get a mentor. Like no offense, you were my one of my mentors. You were one of the people that I just latched onto and started learning and kept talking to, and I just want to say thank you for that. For first of all, because this man is just genius, just genius. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. You and Isha, both of y'all are just wonderful, knowledgeable, and you introduced me to so many revenues, and I appreciate that. Um, I would tell them not only to get a mentor, but to utilize everything. Everything that's out there, utilize it. You utilize YouTube, utilize the tutorials, utilize the free classes. If you have a question, open your mouth and ask. Go to the world hops, like for instance, the empowerment group. They have one that's a really good one, and another one is with Oculos. He does another good world hop, and you can meet more people. So if it's getting to the point where you don't know how to move in when you're building, or you have any type of legal questions, you'll have people that you can at least try to talk to. Because if you're sitting there building and not doing anything and not opening your mouth, that goes on you. But if you go out and you put yourself out there and speak to people and get to know people, don't be an introvert. It's an introvert when you to yourself, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, don't be an
Yes.
introvert. Be an
Introvert.
extrovert.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Make sure you use your mouth and go talk, because there are a lot of people, even though you may not know them very well. So a lot of people out there that are good people. A lot of biggest ones.
Okay. Well,
How
and
about you?
lastly, would you like to provide our audience with any contact information such as your Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, or Facebook names?
Yes, right now we have Metaboo underscore creators. And that's Metaboo is METABOO underscore and then the word creators. We also have our own personal ones, which is exactly what's on my above my head is VR underscore Ebony Epiphany. We're also on Discord as Metaboo, and then your
Mine is Big Randy 75 1984. Yes, it's a long title.
but that's how we
Okay.
get in contact. Or you can use my email, which is VR Ebony Epiphany at gmail.com.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie.
So that
Hmm.
yes. Okay, so there you have it. In closing, once again, we have the Metaboo brand here. We have Ebony and Randy. I know them personally, been in here for a minute, working with them on even projects of mine. And we even have one role that people haven't seen yet because you can't get in it because they made it private just for me. So um want y'all to, we want to thank you for watching the Blanco business buzz, which is part of the Meta News business, and we want to thank Miss Roxy for making it all happen for us. So if you would like to gain exposure and traction for your business endeavors, contact me, L.Blanco.37669. That's on top of my head. You're looking at it through the Oculus chat because I'm no longer on Instagram right now. You can contact me through Oculus, or you can contact me at Snapchat at El Blanco AF, straight through, all small letters, El Blanco AF. And that is to schedule the next available Monday for shooting. We're gonna narrow it down to Mondays. We were thinking about Mondays and Tuesdays, but just contact us and make sure you watch just our channels on YouTube. And we're gonna be putting this information on different advertisements. I'm gonna start increasing my advertisements to make sure you have all these contacts to go view and see. And we're gonna soon be announcing I'm gonna do a raffle. Well, not a raffle, but I'm gonna do a giveaway for everybody that actually subscribes to the YouTube channel and actually comment on the shows, and we will be, doing pulling names from those numbers, and you be lucky person win $100. So be prepared to look out for those type of advertisements coming soon. And once again, we want to thank you for tuning in to the Blanco Business Buzz with the Meta News business segment. Thank you. Good night.